Live streaming 10:01 Eastern Standard Time. Hello and welcome to my Smith hole. Merry Christmas. This is a talk practice, and in my living room, not in the studio, in the other room. It is a downtown apartment. There may be diesel trucks fucking flying by every once in a while right outside of this window here. But I wanted to come on and say a Merry Christmas to you. Hope you're enjoying the day. Hope you're enjoying your family. I don't necessarily really expect anybody at all to catch this live stream on Christmas morning, but I wanted to do it today. And this is a big talk practice. This is a big conversation. This is the future of this channel, and I'll have a very Clark Griswold story that happened to me last night too. I will get to, but I'm also going to touch on a message to friends and family that support the podcast, and rock radar reaction viewers that check the reactions, because that is affected as well. And I was going to do this talk practice on my birthday coming up in a few, but I was like, you know what? I really just want to go live Christmas morning. I have a very relaxed vibe when I have this conversation, because what's the best way to put this? I've been a struggling podcaster probably for now 5 years. I've been trying to do it professionally, and as a hobby 4 to 5, 6, pretty much ever since I realized that the internet could host shows. I was like, this is fucking amazing. I want to do this as a way to do my own thing and put my own ideas out. You know what I mean? And it's a tough game to get in. But I'm going to get into that. I really do want to talk real quick. Last night, this might not be a real quick story, but it's a very Clark Griswold thing that happened to me last night at work. And I don't mention my job on the podcast, and I don't name my job on the podcast. But I've said before, I'm a restaurant manager by night. And, every job has their things, you know what I mean? Every job has the things that piss you off, and I really do enjoy the people I work with, and I really do enjoy my job. And it just happens to be a job that is busy on Christmas Eve. And I've also said I really work on my anger issues. And I've told the people at work that I have anger issues, and they are all like, really? Because you're such a nice guy, and, you don't ever lose your head. But I said, oh, I do. I do, actually. It's just something I've worked on. And last night, a very Clark Griswold moment, man. I text my brother, and he said, that's the most Griswoldian thing ever. It was just one of those days, man, where just everything was going wrong. In this particular case, again, I have great bosses. I like where I work. I love the people I work with, but communication issues in this particular case were issues. And it was just one of those things where all fucking night long something was going wrong. I also got a fucking blister on my foot because I put a lot of steps in. I got a wart on the same foot, both on the balls of my feet, so I'm just limping around. I got some wart remover, so I'm going to get rid of that. Anyway, sorry for the gross story, but I'm just limping around and fucking getting increasingly pissed off, and I spilled a glass of wine on a lady, and actually the glass broke on her and ruined her jacket. And I've never felt so bad in my fucking entire life, I'm pretty sure. And I was just more, brought me up to like level fucking 11. And then like the next shitty thing happened. Very minor thing. But it was the one that set me over. I did a podcast a couple weeks ago, where I talked about It's a Wonderful Life and George Bailey and what it would take you to snap. And that was it. I didn't snap like George Bailey, but I got my boss on the phone. And I'm like, for me, it's how I snap. It's a bunch of stupid shit happens that pisses you off. It's a bunch of collective things that just add up. And I got my boss on the phone and just fucking raised my voice and shouted, and I said, "What the fuck is going on?" And then she appeared probably 5 minutes later. And, I immediately went up to her and I apologized. And I said, "I am so fucking sorry for the way I reacted. And I'll never really understand people that don't know how to accept apologies or give them. I'm always like trying to take ownership of how I act and react, and it's natural. It feels like people appreciate apologies, and she took it and she talked me down a little bit. We were having a fucking heated conversation about things I was fucking pissed off about. And I also had to work Christmas Eve and Christmas night. And I was mad about that, kind of, because there's no holiday pay that I just found out. Some places do, some places don't. It's just one of those things. But I was kind of surprised by that and mad that I was working both nights for no holiday pay. And I was fucking ranting and going back and forth with the boss, and I just said, "And I'm fucking pissed that I'm working both Christmas Eve and Christmas night for no holiday pay." And she was actually unaware because most of the staff was alternating Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I was one of the only ones, I think, working both. And she's like, "Why are you working both nights?" I'm like, "I don't know." And I just walked away. And I came back later and she gave me the night off. And text my brother. And I'm like, now I feel like a fucking dick, but thank you. Now I have Christmas Day off. And but I text my brother and he's like, "That's a very Griswoldian thing to do." And I'm like, "I know." Oh man. Anyway, that was fucking story time. I do have people on the live chat, so hello, Matt and the Black Queen. I appreciate you. Thank you. So the channel is going to change. If you enjoy this at all, you enjoy the rock reactions, you're going to want to pay attention. I really want to stress why I started doing the rock reactions in the first place. Obviously, if you watch them, you know it's a passion of mine. You know what I mean? Sorry, I got the coffee out on this Sunday morning in the Smith Hole living room. Rock and roll is a huge passion. And I watch reaction videos. I think they're fucking fascinating, man. Reaction videos to me are the ultimate, like, I want to play you a song. You know what I mean? That. Plus, it's also just like a fascinating fucking lesson in psychology. If you watch people do reaction videos to TV shows or movies or fucking music or whatever, how they interpret that same information and how they react to it, obviously. And I watch reaction videos. And I'm like, I wouldn't mind doing reactions. That'd be fucking cool, man. And I'm trying to promote the podcast. I started the channel because of the podcast. And I actually should also include how the channel started. And I'm going to get into how I fucked things up and how I'm fixing things. Also, Kaysen in the live stream, hello. And how I'm fixing things. Because I started this channel as a personal YouTube page, just a fucking YouTube account, And it started with stupid fucking shit where I was just made a video to make my nephew laugh. And then I had a fucking bear mascot video, which was my most viewed video for the longest time. And just stupid shit, personal shit. And then started a podcast as a hobby with my brothers called Smitty Dicks. And then we did fucking road trip podcasts. And then we did What the fuck else? We did cooking videos. I don't know. I'm just like, let's just fucking throw shit out, man. Let's see what's fun. Let's see what sticks. Let's have some fucking fun with it. And then, I'm doing the morning show on Classic Rock the Bear. And, that podcast started, the What the Hell Everything podcast started as a tagline of something I did on the morning show. It was right in the middle of COVID. And some fucking crazy news was happening all the time. And I just exclaimed, what the hell, everything? And I was like, that's fucking fun. That sticks, man. I want to brand it like that. Why? I don't know. But it sounded fun. Still sounds fun, kind of. And the podcast sort of started right there. It was an internet companion to the radio show. And, started with that. And then, as well documented, I got completely fucking fed up to level 11 overall the course of years and months and fucking COVID stress and fucking personal stress. And I quit that fucking job and I quit that fucking industry. And I really have a lot of lasting fucking kind of disdain for that industry because I think they could be a lot better than they are. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to quit radio. I'm going to start this fucking Smitty Learns Irish pubcast thing. I'm going to do it in 5 years. I'm going to hike Ireland for a year, tell its history, etc. You know the fucking story, maybe. So all this time, okay, I'm going to start this podcast. What other podcasts did I do on this fucking channel? Let's see. I did a political panel podcast called Six Packs on Mars. I'm like, that'll be fun. I like that kind of shit. What else? I post my fucking movie recreation, Smith Hole Cinemas. I'll put those on here. What the fuck else? I did a Walking Dead podcast. I did a bunch of other shit. All while having zero idea how to target an algorithm. Like, for instance, if you ever want to start a fucking YouTube page, I can totally probably give you advice at this point. You start a fucking YouTube page in the settings, the main page settings, you put in keywords. It's also called search engine optimization, SEO. I didn't know shit about that until probably 3 or 4 months ago. But you put keywords in to target what kind of things you want to do. I want to do fucking podcast or fucking, hashtag podcast, hashtag what the fuck ever. Targeting what the fuck you want to do. I didn't fill any of that out because I didn't know what the fuck it was. You guys, I am fucking 50 years old almost. I didn't get into radio until I was 30, and that's the first time I ever really used computers. I have zero technical knowledge. I have an old laptop that is completely substandard. If you ever watch videos and they're fucked up, that's probably why. But started this hobby as a podcast, essentially. So I think I got that backwards. But I mean, substandard equipment, unfocused things that I just really found out about. And there's also, because again, this is a friends and family shout out, what I've learned. My radio background tells me that you need to promote everything. I had a Facebook page, I had fucking Instagram, I had Twitter, all this shit, right? My radio background tells me, post it, post links, all that fucking shit. And obviously, when I left radio and was looking for a support system for this new project, I'm going to post everything. I had a fairly decent following. I was a top-rated afternoon radio show for several years in northern Michigan. And I had a following, fairly loyal following. But you can't expect everybody. Radio listeners are not podcast viewers or listeners. And especially friends and family that you post on Facebook and do all this shit. You're not necessarily targeting audiences that want to see your Walking Dead podcast. They don't watch Walking Dead. They don't give a fuck. I don't really care about rock reaction videos either. But they might click on it for like 30 seconds to give you some support because that's what I do. You don't know how it works. But what I'm finding out is that when that happens, they give it 20, 30 seconds. YouTube is like, wow, they don't like that fucking video. They don't like that fucking video. And you're putting out content and giving it to an audience that is not interested in that content, essentially, for the most part. So if you are friends and family that have supported me over the years, first of all, thank you. I love you 100%. But if you're not interested in the content, don't watch it. Sometimes that's the only way I can be, you know? That is not me being shitty. That is the YouTube algorithm preventing it from getting into other people's eyes that might want to see that same content. So I've learned that. That's how I've fucked this up, essentially, by not knowing. Just pure ignorance, man. And people will take that word as negative connotation. Ignorance. If you call somebody ignorant, if you're a dick about it, it's probably fucking mean anyway. You probably don't intend it like that, but I've called myself ignorant in front of other people before. And they're like, why would you say that about yourself? I'm like, because I was fucking ignorant about facts. But I learned, and therefore I'm not ignorant anymore. That's what that fucking word means. It doesn't necessarily have a negative connotation to it. But I didn't know how it fucking worked, man. So now I will get to how I'm fixing it and where you can find the rock reaction videos. Because I realized probably a couple months ago, and I haven't given it up, but it's been very sparingly, man. You put out content you think is fucking cool and nobody sees it because it's not targeted correctly and it affects your fucking self-esteem, essentially. What am I fucking up? What am I doing wrong? And, finding out what I did wrong, applying it on a brand new fucking channel for rock reactions. The podcast is also trying to be fixed algorithmically, if that's a word. I'm targeting the podcast now. So this channel is going to remain podcast only. Music stuff going away to the brand new Rock Radar reviews. And it's going to be different, but it's going to be awesome. One thing that's hampered this channel, not hampered, it is now a monetized channel because of the amount of views and such I get from the Rock Radar reactions. And it's actually kind of shocking that my channel has as many subscribers as it does. It's close to 5,000 now. Thank you to everybody for subscribing, by the way. It's almost shocking because it's been targeted poorly. And that's what makes me super hopeful, because a couple months ago, I've been in a rut ever since what did I do wrong? Where am I at in my life? I'm probably having a midlife crisis. Who the fuck knows? But I'm like, I've stopped doing the reactions and I've kind of stopped doing the podcast, and I was just wrestling with creativity and who I am. I wasn't feeling like myself. And anytime I'm listening to music, I'm like, I want to talk about this. I find a new fucking band. I'm like, oh, I want to talk about this. I want to show people this, Coming from, it was even before radio, it was the same way. I want to show people this shit. And I love talking music. And I'm like, I just want to talk about this. And you think that enough, it kind of means you should. And the same with a podcast. Just trying to figure out a way to do it that makes you comfortable and isn't fucking pretentious, and I didn't want to do the shit I'm doing before. I'm trying to like hone what I'm doing and get better at it. But you know, the Rock Radar reviews. I'm sorry, I'm getting confused with my old shit. Is going to be again a little bit different. It's going to be reviews, new rock and roll, metal, punk, all that shit. New rock. And then I'm going to be bringing some of the old reactions back in a different way. I'm going to keep this new channel monetizable. Copyright free. You know what I mean? The whole reason behind doing a YouTube channel is to succeed so I don't have to work a job I don't want to work at. You know what I mean? This shit has never been about being famous to me. I don't want to be famous. That shit makes me uncomfortable. I don't like being recognized. It makes me uneasy. I never know how to react. It does happen occasionally because of the radio, and then occasionally it's happened to with YouTube viewers. Are you submitting YouTube? Yeah, it's happened twice. I never know how to react. I always feel super awkward. So I don't want to be famous, but I want to be able to do this shit as a job, essentially. And I love talking music, man. So I'm going to be making as much of that content on the new Rock Radar review channel as copyright free as possible. So I'm going to have reviews, which are going to be super fucking fun. I'm covering some awesome music. That channel is going to launch in 3 days on my birthday. I will be posting links. I'm going to be bringing some of the old reactions back, but they will be edited to remove as much of the complete song as possible. But they'll be tagged with a hindsight reaction, where I'll either just mention my thoughts on the band at this point, after sitting with a song for a year or 2 or 3 or whatever, and then probably a second listen along. I'm going to do full album listen alongs, and when I say listen alongs, they are copyright free, meaning no audio. Meaning you got to bring your own copy. Meaning my glasses are crooked. My nose is crooked because I had my nose broken a couple times. Anyway, talking about Rock Radar reactions. I lost my train of thought because of my fucking glasses. Oh, listen-alongs. It's kind of like movie reactors when they say, hey, bring your own copy of the movie. You got to bring your own copy of the album. I'm hoping to do vinyl reviews, listen-alongs. Going to be doing amazing things on this new channel covering music. I want it to be a channel that becomes known for its reviews. And, you know, selfishly, I would love to be the guy that interviews bands and artists, you know? I don't want to I want to interview bands and artists in a different way than a lot of people interview bands and artists. I want to talk like philosophically music with people. You know, that's the shit that interests me. How music hits you, why it hit you the way it did. I love that sort of shit. And that's what kind of I want that channel to be. We're going to do reviews. We're going to do reactions. I'm going to do new rock reactions that are going to be copyright free. How I'm going to do it, you're going to have to fucking check it out to find out. I'll be posting links to that in just a couple days, where you can find it if you want to find it. Kaysen, I'm sorry you got to go to work today. I hope you're having a great day on the live stream. I appreciate you for being on. Fuck yeah, man. But I feel you. I ended up having to not work today, which was nice. Not the way it happened, but still. So I mentioned that, and again, I really want to mention the friends and family thing. I can't stress this enough. I really just want to say this again, that I really love and appreciate you, you know? And that if you are not interested in rock reactions or rock reviews, please do not go to that channel, you know? If you want to go and check it out, and because you're interested in that kind of thing, by all means, wash the shit out of them. What else? You guys, that might be it for today. Is there anything else I wanted to get out? I don't think so. It is festive in the Smith hole. The sunshine is fucking shining. We got a campfire. That's not a campfire, dummy. That's a fireplace. You guys, thank you very much. It's been talk practice. It's just practice, man. How do I get out of here?